definition of modesty has changed so much throughout the course of time. Modesty in the 19th century is way different from modesty in the 21st century. But with each century, women have worn what they could in order for men to not be tempted. I am for modesty. The Bible talks about it. The Bible is true and good, and we should think about the outfits that we wear so we won't be stumbling blocks. And we should think about the outfits that we wear because we want to attract people to our spirit and not just our outer appearances. I believe that. I believe that is good and solid. But the reason why a lot of women aren't listening to the modesty movement or people when they talk about modesty is because we always neglect to mention self-control on men's parts. Hi, my name is Summer, and on my channel I talk about God and how me and you can grow just a little bit deeper through scripture. If this isn't your first video, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. If this is your first video, I hope by the end of the video that you subscribe, like, and comment and join the thing that we got going on here. Let's talk about modesty. Usually in my videos I have long notes I've prepared and Bible verses that I've written out to talk about. But this video, I think I just needed to get it off my chest. If you search the word modesty in the YouTube search bar, there will be so many videos of telling women how they can be modest, especially when it comes to not tempting men. And there are maybe there are. I'm not gonna say that. There aren't as many videos that talk about men and the problem that they have with self-control. It is no secret that a woman can be fully clothed in a turtleneck and long pants and boots, and a man could still assault her. A woman will be at the bar and she will have on jeans and a t-shirt and maybe some heels, and a man will assault her and someone will say, well, she was at the bar and her jeans were pretty tight. People find excuses for every single thing. It's no secret that many sexual assault victims are fully clothed. And so while we're talking about women and the things that they wear not to tempt men, we need to keep this in mind. Women are not responsible for every single sexual sin that men make. We are not responsible. What we need to start talking about just as much is self-control. Statistics show that 1 in 6 women will be raped this year in the US. They also show that 64% of Christian men admit to watching porn at least once a month. And those are those who admit to it. We need to shake things up. There needs to be a real conversation. Women aren't choosing to not listen to you because they don't think you know about modesty, or they don't think that you know what they need, and they just don't think you know what you're talking about. No, women aren't listening to you because it is a double standard and they are tired. They are tired of holding the weight of men and their sin and also having to deal with their own trauma. I've heard so many stories about women getting kicked out of the church and ridiculed and talked about because of the things that they are wearing, and not as many stories about the church holding men accountable for their actions and for their lacks of the fruits of the Spirit, which involves self-control. This is not an excuse, but the reason why women are turning away from modesty, the reason why women are choosing to say, I don't care, is because it is a double standard. And no matter how safe a woman dresses, as long as a man does not bear the fruits of the Spirit, he will always be tempted. So telling a woman to dress fully clothed means nothing to a man that does not bear the fruits of the Spirit. I want to share something with you. A woman being fully clothed will not help you gain the fruits of the Spirit. The only thing that will is if your heart submits to it, is if you say, oh, I have a problem. Another problematic thing is that modesty is usually, again, only pointed at women, but in the sense that only women can be modest. Men and women collectively have to submit their sexual desires to God. Thinking that modesty is only for women, or thinking that modesty can be talked about without ever bringing up self-control is the reason why women have been seen as sex objects for so many years. Now, I don't want y'all to get this confused. As I said in the beginning, modesty is important, it is biblical, and we should be modest. If you want to learn how to be modest, you need to go watch another video. Maybe I'll upload a video on that. I'm not the best at it, I'll be honest. I am definitely not the best at it. But there are so many videos that tell you how to be modest, and they do a really good job at that. This video is just saying we cannot talk about modesty without talking about self-control, because there are so many women leaving church. There are so many women leaving their communities because they don't feel seen, they don't feel heard. Most women grow up being sexually assaulted by family members. Men, their uncles, their cousins, their brothers. Here they are being sexually assaulted, and we sweep it under the rug. And now this is not black and white. This is not, oh, in all situations it's like this. No, it's not black and white. Some women don't want to dress modestly because they just don't. Some women don't believe in God. Some women are like, I believe in God, all of that. I'm still gonna wear what I want to wear because I don't care. I don't think that that is wise. I think that we should think about the next person, because we should not just be out here tempting people. I was listening to a YouTuber talk the other day, and I wish I remembered his name. If I can remember his name, I'll put it in the video somewhere, probably down here. But an amazing point he brought up. He was talking about the Chandler Moore post and the engagement photos. And I don't know if you all know who Chandler Moore is. He is this amazing, anointed, blessed. Listen, God took his index finger and touched Chandler Moore's throat, and just, I don't know, like I don't know what God did, but it's unfair, the talent that Chandler Moore has. And so Chandler got married, and he was posting his pictures from his wedding, and the picture, I'll upload it, I'll put it in the video so you see the picture, hopefully. Now, people were upset, and they were like, this is not godly, and you don't want to be a stumbling block to others. This picture is very provocative, and you shouldn't upload that. I personally do not think that the picture is extremely provocative. Now, the point that the YouTuber made was that you cannot be responsible for every single time that someone falls short in their sin. So he brought up the book of the Songs of Solomon. And so he was talking about, you know, in the Songs of Solomon, they talk about sex and the beauty of it and the goodness of it. Now, to someone struggling with their sexual desires, that book can be tempting. To anyone struggling, that book can be hard to read, and for you not to have sexual thoughts and maybe go watch porn, or maybe go satisfy yourself, or go have sex. That book can be hard for some people. Now, does that mean that the Bible is wrong? Does that mean that the Bible caused other people to stumble, and that that book is sinful? No, the Bible is not sinful. It did not tempt the other person. It did not cause them to stumble. That person stumbled because of their weaknesses, and that they could not handle that book. The same thing goes with modesty. People stumble because they can't handle it. And unfortunately, a lot of people can't handle a lot of things. You can't put that all on the other person. You have to do some soul searching for self-control. Again, this is not an excuse for women to just do what they want to do and wear what they want to wear. We should be cognizant of that, and we should not be out here willingly tempting anyone. To the best of your ability, try not to tempt. To the best of your ability, try not to tempt anyone. But if people end up being tempted and sin, that is their choice and their decision, and something they have to submit to God. So I think I've said all I wanted to say. I think I've vented everything. I could talk about this all day, because it's not black and white. And as much as I wanted to make a video about modesty and what it really means and how to be modest, it's enough videos telling you all about that. 9 times out of 10, if you clicked on this video, you probably, maybe it was suggested because you just watched another Modest video. We need to really talk about self-control for men and women, because a lot of women are getting hurt and a lot of men aren't being held accountable. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. This video was a little intense. If you did, make sure that you again like, comment, and subscribe to me. I love you all. I upload every single Wednesday at 12 p.m. Again, I'm praying for you. I love you, and I will see you next week. Bye.